Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is CSP Fozzie, joined once again by Elise Randolph, and we are here to bring you Noir Mercenary Group versus SCUM. And we have two very original setups here. Noir Mercenary Group coming in with a Vindicator, Navy Mega, Eos, a Neros, two Enyos, three Vengeances, two Daredevils, and a Heretic. Vindy and Navy Mega, along with the entire team, coming in at 50, so they're going to be well out of engagement range at the beginning.
Yep, and SCUM chose a very similar team, actually, except using Nightmares instead of Vindies and Worms and Harpies instead of the Enyos. So they're like the Shield equivalent with Nightmares. They came in at 52. The difference here is that SCUM, who you'll see in blue, have the Moluses, which will really wreak havoc on these on this Noir Onirios. So they've got a lot of distance to cover for Noir, given that they're a blaster team. Let's see how this goes.
So the match has now begun. We're going to see which direction these teams go. There's two options. They can head towards each other or they can head back, and Noir is heading back. They're heading directly towards the micro jump unit behind them.
Maybe, yes. It looks like so. The micro jump beacon, there are 8 of them spread around the arena and one in the center. When you activate it, it'll just blink your ship 100 kilometers in the direction you're facing. It's going to make for some very interesting boundary violations if you do it wrong. But man, you're going to be sitting pretty and looking good if you do it right.
Meanwhile, SCUM has decided instead of going forward or backwards, they're going to head sideways, get the transversal up a little bit, and they're moving as a group, kind of in a circle around the center of the beacon here.
Yeah, you're going to see that this is a really common tactic. They're just going to sort of corral the team in and force them to rush in. The team that rushes in first is usually the one that's at a disadvantage because their DPS ships can get tackled apart and sort of it's suboptimal, really.
So the Noir team has stopped before they got to the micro jump beacon, and they're actually turning around and starting to basically do the same thing. They're getting themselves spread out and just sort of casually walking along the side of the arena here, getting a good look at what their opponents are doing, and they're going to hope that their opponents make a first mistake.
You see a lot of damps coming out of the SCUM team onto the Noir team over here. And that's really kind of making them battle ball, as we call it. That's the tactic when you're damped. You just kind of stay in a battle ball together. So the reps, even no matter how far away you get, you can always like apply the reps.
Yeah, you can see the damps right now applied mainly to the frigates, probably to counter any other E-Ward that could be applied. So these Vengeances could have their own damps, could have tracking disruptors, and by damping them, the SCUM team is preventing them from applying their TDs or damps. Once they actually get into the fight, you might see them switch those over to the Aneros or to the Vindy or Navy Mega if they think that'll help.
Yeah, that's a really clever tactic, actually, to damp something else, like a frigate that might have remote effects. And then when the fight actually starts, you just throw all your damps onto the Logi, and the Logi's like, oh, I got a 70-kilometer lock range. It's fine. Then the fight starts. Wham, I've got a 5-kilometer lock range. Disaster strikes.
So the two teams are very slowly making their way closer to each other. It looks like they're going to be converging somewhere around the sun side of this beacon. It's just they're taking it very carefully, which is the way we've seen a lot of very good teams play it. When you have two teams that need to get in close to engage, we often see that the team that rushes in first is the one that loses the fight, because the team that's sitting back defending is more easily able to react to any movements that the other team makes, to the other team splitting up as they move in with ships of different speeds. There's a lot of different things that can go wrong when you charge in.
And now you can see SCUM are moving to a micro jump beacon, and Noir are repositioning to a different micro jump beacon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Noir have now concentrated themselves around that micro jump beacon. And so the beacons here that they have are not exactly 100 kilometers apart. They're on opposite corners of one of the sides of this cube. So they're a little more than 100 kilometers apart. If they jump towards each other, they won't reach all the way, but they would get very close.
I really just hope that both teams activate the beacons at the same time and just like go on the other sides like instantly.
Just pass
That'd
each
be
other.
something great, yeah.
As we've seen, we've only seen one team so far in this tournament yesterday use these micro jump units to try to jump their whole team as a unit, and that was the Sinusoidal Field Theory team. They mostly were successful in that, except for one malediction that went the opposite direction of all of his friends and ended up out of the arena. So these
Game
of
is
course,
hard, so
yes.
using these beacons is a little bit tricky.
And now the SCUM team has actually decided they don't like the beacon they're at, and they're making their way to another one of the beacons. So they're heading away from Noir and getting to the far opposite corner of the cube, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And just a little bit of history on these teams. SCUM is a sort of a low-sec pirate alliance, more mercenary group. They kind of do a little bit of everything. They are true mercenaries. They've been around EVE for a very long time. They have a very storied history in the Alliance tournament. Last year, they did not do as good as they would have liked, so they put in a lot of practice this year. So let's see if that practice is going to pay off in this match.
Yeah,
I mean,
Noir, of course, is partially famous for their mercenary activities, partially for a very long-running podcast that their leader, Alexei Card, runs that now includes one of our active CSM members, Ali Aras. And they've traditionally underperformed a little bit in the tournament, but I know that that's just kind of increased their desire to change that image and do really well this year.
Yeah, exactly. They've been skirming with other teams in the tournament. And it looks like now we've got a few drones out. These teams are actually really similar, even though they're like completely different on the way it looks. Like they both have rep drones. Like the SCUM team has rep drones and ECM drones. The Noir team has rep drones, and I saw some geckos out at the beginning.
Yeah, it looks like EOS is probably carrying geckos. We've been seeing a lot of those used in this tournament so far. Of course, there's a limited supply of geckos in the game. They were given out as a special prize to everyone who is subscribed to the game as of our 11th birthday. And that means that they're not continuously being added. You can't build more geckos at this point. So every one of them that gets destroyed is one less that the game has.
So long with the rares. Okay, so the match has been going on for 5 minutes. It's usually you got the ice water in your veins in the beginning, and you're like, we give you credit when you don't Zerg in the very beginning. But after 5 minutes, like, what should these teams be thinking right now? Like,
at this point, they've got to be thinking about what they're going to do if the game does go to time for the first segment of it. In that case, if they can get a kill of a small ship right before the end, though actually, as I say that, the Noir guys are starting to charge across. We've got a couple of their frigs moving fairly quickly towards the center of the arena. Now that's leaving them very exposed. They're a long way away from their support. So I'm not sure exactly what their plan is with that. If all those damps get applied to the Aneros as they're out here, then they're going to be in a lot of danger.
Yeah, these nightmares we very rarely see nightmares in the tournament. I don't know if there's a good reason behind it or not, but they get a great tracking bonus to their pulses, and pulses themselves get a great range bonus with Scorch. Some may say it's a little bit imbalanced. They're kind of neat to play with. Very good tracking is a good thing, and it doesn't look like Noir have any tracking disruptors, so these nightmares are sitting pretty.
I think one of the reasons, as the nightmares are now firing, we're going to see how well they manage to get hits. Nightmares are extremely powerful ships. They were given an extra slot and a new afterburner bonus in the Kronos release, but they're very vulnerable to E-War. They can be damped and they can be tracking disrupted, and that's always something that you have to be very careful about in a tournament setting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, damps and tracking disruptors, you might not see it in small gang fights on TQ. Well, a little bit, but not nearly as organized as you see it in the tournament, and they're practically all over the place. If you've got a team without any form of E-War, probably going to have a bad time in the tournament. That's what the control bar looks like on your screen, among other things. So you can see SCUM have a pretty decent control bar, at least huge compared to Noir's control bar.
Yeah, and that's going to be coming from those the E-War they've got sitting on their Mollusk and then spread across Harpies and Worms as well. It's only, I think, a matter of time until one of these guys has to move in and get a kill. If this thing goes to the full time while the points are tied, then we're going to actually see time start to speed up, which will give the logistics pilots a much harder time keeping their ships alive. And maybe
that'll be a disaster.
Maybe that each side thinks that they're just more skilled and will be able to react to the faster time more effectively than their opponents. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe they just have sick micro skills and they just want to put that to the test and just like flaunt it for everyone. But now there's 2 minutes left in the match. If it does go to time, as Fozzie said, it will go into like super mega tie-dye, reverse tie-dye, so everything speeds up, and we'll have a 5-minute window to see how it goes.
And that being said, if either one of these teams can kill one ship immediately before time runs out, then they'll win on points. So the first thing we do when time runs out is we see if any team has a points advantage. Right now, both are sitting at 0 points killed. If they can kill one of the frigates and snipe it right within this last minute and keep the rest of their ships alive, that will give them the win.
All right, we've got a development, boys. Noir is going down back to the jump beacon that they were initially going to. Looks like they made up their minds. They're all crowding around that, except for this one daredevil by Sovereign. He's kind of hanging out a little bit. I hope he doesn't get sniped.
And SCUM is sitting at their own beacon. So they're at the opposite corners right now.
Please
having
Please cross jump.
If they cross jump each other from here, they'll actually land like 30 kilometers away from each other. They'll jump past each other, but not the whole way past. So they'd actually be in a pretty good range to engage if they did that.
So who do you give the advantage to right here, right now, with 1 minute left in the match?
Honestly, I'd have to give it to SCUM with more E-War. They can get the Logi damped out and then try to snipe some small ships. Longer range on the Nightmares as well. Though at this point, I have a hard time imagining that in the 20 seconds left, they're going to actually jump in and get a kill, which means we are going to go to speed up time. Now the SCUM guys are jumping across the field. SCUM are blinking across the field using the micro jump units. We see the entire side there. There we go. They're jumping as a unit towards the middle of the arena, and it looks like they're going to try to probably get a kill. It's too late now for them to get the kill before time runs out. We are now into fast time. Time is running at 1.5 times speed, and we're going to have to see how well SCUM can take down the Heretic that they're primarying, but it's getting saved.
Heretic is holding. Those sick micro skills on the Noir team. He's showing everybody.
So every minute, time will start getting faster and faster. It's going 1.5 times speed now. Once the minute is up, it'll start going 2.25 times speed, and it'll continue accelerating from there.
All right, it looks like this is just what Noir wanted. They just wanted to be in super fast time. They're all rushing in with their support wing of Daredevils and Enyos.
We have a Daredevil webbed and painted. It looks like it's about to go down. The Daredevil of Terramis Calamity. There he goes. He's down. And a second Daredevil of Sovereign Apocalypse following right behind. That's 2 quick kills for SCUM.
Yeah, SCUM is just melting this Noir support wing, which is really not something Noir want. They need to get these Vindicators onto something. Looks like the Vindies are shooting a worm now, but
the Vindies are still down at the back. I don't know why they sent their frigates in while keeping most of their large ships all the way at the back of the arena. And now time has gone to 2.25 times speed, so you're seeing more than double speed Eve going on right now.
Yeah, this is kind of a disaster for the Noir team. Obviously, they won't be eliminated should they lose, but they do get a little bit taste of blood by killing a Mollis. Mm-hmm. That's good. A little bit too little, too late. Though I do like the call of shooting the Mollis pretty quickly.
At this point, the big ships are dead, so it is still possible for Noir to take this, but it is not looking good. Having lost a lot of frigs early on, it means that the support wing for SCUM is going to be much harder to kill, although as I say that, a worm goes down for SCUM.
Yeah, I mean, this is just kind of crazy. Noir are kind of repping now. They're holding a little bit better. Yeah. Nobody's shooting each other's Logi. Okay, now
there we go, the Basilisk.
The SCUM Bassi is getting shot at, which is a great target for these Noir guys to shoot at.
So there is now a web on the Basilisk for SCUM. If Noir can take that Basilisk down, that's going to put them into a pretty big lead, especially considering that the Aneros, there he goes. Wow. Because time is sped up now to 3.5 times speed, and so there's no way that he was able to tank Vindy and a Navy Mega at triple speed.
All right, we've got a game now. It might not look like it, but we totally do. I think, actually...
The Aneros is now webbed. Noir's Aneros is webbed, and it's going down.
Oh, this is not what they wanted.
If Noir wants to take this, they need to take out down some of the DPS fast. They need to knock down a Nightmare or finish off the Worms before that Aneros goes down.
Yeah, they really need to kill one of these Nightmares. The Vindy Navy Mega is better than the Nightmare combo in terms of DPS. So if they just focus on that right now, they can potentially win.
All right, so now neither side has Logis. We have a bigger frigate wing up for SCUM. That frigate wing is dropping fast. It looks like the ATXII of Cards Vindicator was webbed there, but it's off now. And Black Matrix's Nightmare for SCUM is the primary, and it is going through shields pretty quickly.
Yeah. Oh, geez, this is close. SCUM are shooting an EOS, which is a good target here, I think. Removing the links.
EOS is probably going to die before the Nightmare, but that Nightmare is going to die, which is going to leave us a Vindicator and Navy Mega at 5 times speed versus double Nightmare Vulture, double Worm Harpy.
Oh, this Vindy is melting so fast, though. Oh, geez.
Yes, the Nightmare Black Matrix is pulling back shields, which means that, yes, him staying alive is getting ATXII card down, and wow.
Oh, hashtag baited. So baited.
The Nightmare Black Matrix is using his local shield booster and pulling back shields. Or actually, you know what? I think that's just mostly passive recharge. It's because time is going so fast that his passive recharge is looking like a shield booster. And that is the match. Noir Mercenary Group and SCUM decided to brawl in super speed.
That was crazy. That was actually crazy, and that was amazing.
And that is something you can only see here at the Alliance Tournament. With that, Noir Mercer group will get sent to the elimination matches, and Scum moves on through the winners bracket. We'll send you to some player ads, and then we'll be back very soon for a much anticipated match between Waffles and Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork.